Hey, why should men protect women? Why did women get on the lifeboats first during the Titanic? I mean, aren't men and women equal? Why should we men have to suffer a doomed fate? What up? Nah. A big shout out to everyone who donated to support our previously Huang Biao video.
Thank y'all so much.
And a huge kamshia to those of you who sent us money directly to our account, son.
Oh my God.
It would seem that you guys really like this difficult, heavy shit. And sit tight, because we are currently putting together an episode with about how Taiwan can improve its economy with guns.
Lots of guns.
Especially since there's something happening in Taiwanese society right now and many people are eager to know. But until then, let's marinate on something a little bit lighter. Well, for some of you, this might be some really heavy shit. Like why men are expected to step up in the face of danger and why we're the first ones drafted in the war. I mean, it's 2022, yo. What about equality?
Yeah, brother.
Well, last week, there was a vicious debate between the #1 streamer on Twitch, XQC, and British-American 4-time kickboxing champion turned internet men's advice celebrity, Andrew Tate. Fun fact, Andrew Tate is currently taking the internet by storm and stirring up hate from almost every extreme leftist and feminist. This guy's got plenty of hot takes.
A man can only cheat if he loves someone else. If I have a woman who I truly love and I go out and fuck and I come back to her, that's not cheating. That's exercise.
And the live showdown between him and XQC, priceless. So, I've broken this down into 3 parts, and hold on to your butts because this debate is a wild one. And by the end, I'm guessing you guys in the comments will be split right down the middle.
You and your woman are asleep in bed upstairs. You hear someone break into the house downstairs. Who goes downstairs?
Nobody. Tripping. XQ, you tripping. Hold on. XQ, so you're not going down there?
Nobody's going down there.
So what if they come upstairs?
Bro, you gotta protect.
Bro, no. My job is to survive, not protect. My job is to survive. And sometimes that means to go down there, the guy's a gun. It doesn't matter.
That's
what
not
the
very
fuck I do.
courageous of you, bro.
We are both going down by doing the smart thing, the analytical thing, the strategic thing. We can both survive. If I go down, not only am I jeopardizing myself, I am jeopardizing both of us by not being smart and a leader in that regard. We are even more in danger if I go down than if I not go down.
You're hiding though. You're hiding.
So?
Like you gotta try to protect your girl.
What?
Why is that crazy?
So, the one that doesn't want to go downstairs by himself, the one that wants to live, is Canadian live Twitch streamer XQC. His $10 million net worth comes directly from him being the #1 streamer on Twitch 3 years in a row. And with a 10 million follower fan base, my man is balling out of control. But when he says that he will not go down, the internet went bananas, including the people who were streaming with him. I mean, why wouldn't a man come forward and protect his woman? Well, Andrew Tate asked him this very question, and he explained it just like this.
If you don't believe you have any kind of intrinsic masculine duty to at least attempt to protect your female, then that explains why we disagree on every single point.
Yes, I'm going to give you forward further than that. I even have a even higher duty to not protect her, to not even protect myself. I have a duty to fucking survive. Surviving in that scenario means if somebody breaks into the house, okay, listen, Andrew. If somebody breaks into the house, he is more likely than not likely to have a certain tool to get in or a weapon. If I do not possess that weapon, right, I am not going down there with bare hands because we will both die.
You can have a weapon. I'm not saying you don't have a weapon. I'm saying.
Another all, and then you break it down. Another fucking argument like that, bro. You need to stop doing that.
I was assuming you had a bat. I was bringing a bat down.
What the fuck?
You need to stop doing that shit again. Start with a blanket argument and then breaking it down. You got to stop doing that.
You're making very simple questions complicated. Let me change the question.
Again, twice.
You're upstairs. No, it's not. I'm changing the question because your answers are stupid. So I'm doing it.
Bro.
Your answer's stupid, bro, because everyone knows that you have a duty to protect your woman, and you're pretending you don't.
I don't agree. Not even a little bit, bro.
Well, then perhaps you are a coward, but let me give you the last chance.
But in a way, I survived.
No, hold on, guys. Now, a fair amount of you might be siding with XQC, because the people downstairs could have weapons, and if XQC goes down by himself, that might be the end of the #1 Twitch star. So maybe he's smarter. Maybe he could find a way to hide or escape or even devise a plan for him and his girl to go down and take down the intruders together. For XQ, this logically increases his chance of survival. Doesn't seem to be wrong, but XQ doesn't seem to understand the point of the question. The point that Andrew is trying to make is that a man intrinsically should want to protect the woman that he loves. Realizing that this is too difficult for XQC, Andrew decides to give him variables that will increase his chances of surviving.
And I don't care. Doesn't matter that I can fight. If I'm outnumbered 10-1 and they have machetes and I'm going to lose, fine. No one's going to rape my chick without me trying. That is my masculine imperative and my duty as a man. The point I'm trying to make is, so let me change the scenario. You're upstairs. You have an AR-15. 3 unarmed men break in. Between you and the chick, one of you has to take the gun and go down there and deal with all 3 of them. She's scared. I'm scared. They're downstairs. Go shoot them. Go shoot them. Are you going to go?
Why is she scared? And you're not. Why only can she be scared? If she has better training than I do, if she's better shooter than I am, she's taking a gun, bro. I'm not. What?
You're in my brain. Am I talking Chinese?
If she is a better shooter, she's taking a gun.
You're gonna send your girl downstairs. I don't know, bro.
If she's a better shooter, you're damn right she's going there. Of course.
But how do you know she's a better shooter if you guys have never, like, let's say she never shot a gun before and you never shot a gun before? If
you have an R-15, you need to have the training that comes with it. Yes, you do have training. If you're Lions, yeah. You probably had the training before it. Yes.
Okay, well then, so what we've learned from me asking this question is that you, and this is not an insult, I think you'd agree with me saying this, you have no intrinsic desire, no intrinsic duty or intrinsic innate responsibility to protect your female in any regard. That when the Titanic was sinking, no one was sitting there going, who's a better swimmer, you or me? Who's better in the cold? Well, you know what, chick, you know what, you're a better swimmer than me, so if I get on the lifeboat because you're a better swimmer, that's bullshit. You're a man and you fucking die. That's the rules. That's the old school duty of masculinity, to sit here and say, well, my chick might be better with an AR. Bullshit.
If all women to the boat and nobody knows how to drive the boat will sink. If nobody's skilled enough to drive the boat, they will sink and die.
All of you are so easy baited.
All of them. By trying to be masculine, they'll die. Congrats.
XQC believes that if his girl has better marksmanship, then it should be her who should have to go down and face the intruders alone, not him.
What kind of shit is that?
Now, some of you might think that that's very rational, but Andrew's point is that men should naturally want to stand up and fight. But to XQ, that is irrational chauvinism. That is toxic masculinity. And trust me, there are a lot of so-called feminists, extreme and non, who believe and say exactly that. So that brings me to the next video, which is where another pair of YouTubers, Aber and Preach, actually saw the debate and decided to hit up XQ themselves to make things a bit clearer.
Hypothetical, there's a gun pointed at the both of you. All right. Do you feel like it's your responsibility to get in front of your girl before the gun goes off?
No.
No?
Okay.
Okay. What if it's your child?
I mean, see, these hypotheticals, we're not like going anywhere with that. I just say these hypotheticals are very, very bad.
But you understand the principle. I'm not talking about the technical aspect. You understand the principle of it. It's like
by principle, yes. By technicality, I feel like if there could be choices to make that are better, you could make a better choice. Right? What type of gun it is.
Oh my God!
Jesus. Even if it is his own child, this man lacks the natural inclination to protect his own DNA, yo.
I'm kind of embarrassed.
Tell me, is this lack of rationale, or is this just straight up lack of testosterone and lack of masculinity? Testosterone. It's irrational, impulsive. From the outside, it looks quite emotional. But in fact, it is the most rational and logical design in nature. The human biological imperative is to carry on our DNA, to keep surviving. And for this continuation to happen, it requires both male and female. Check this, when it comes to mating, a woman can produce 7 million eggs in a lifetime, which stops around 45 years old. But a man can produce 200 million sperm a day, and that shit don't stop until the day he dies. So, women's eggs are like a delicatessen, an exquisite meal for a limited time only, but men's sperm is more like a 吃到饱自助餐厅. Big shout out to Ruben APN. So because of this, when it comes to the human race, women are a very precious resource. The thing about not women in war is like a universal rule all over the planet. We all just naturally know when the universe designed men, it was set in stone that men would be the ones to sacrifice themselves in the face of danger, with the sole purpose of ensuring the continuation of the human race. This is why testosterone makes us men seem irrational, impulsive, and more willing to do dangerous and stupid shit. But when gets real, we'll be the first ones to step up and protect women in the face of danger. Well, most of us anyway. Real talk, shit is actually a really rational and logical design. And this is because men and women are inherently different. But there's a lot of people out there who will say that we are all born with freedom and equality, and that men and women should have equal rights. And I'm willing to bet that there's a few of those types of people who saw the title of this video and were down in the comments spitting that shit before they even pressed play. The social contract theory written by Jean-Jacques Rousseau is regarded as one of the cornerstones of democratic politics. And there's one passage that sticks out. The social pact, far from destroying natural equality, substitutes, on the contrary, a moral and lawful equality for whatever physical inequality that nature may have imposed on mankind, so that however unequal in strength and intelligence, men become equal by covenant and by right. Even Rousseau, way back in the day, realized that there was physical inequality. Men naturally have larger muscle mass, and they also have a higher and faster rate of recovery, even if they're injured and bleeding while in danger. Women don't even need to be in danger, and they bleed at least once a month.
That was totally uncalled for.
So in that regard, testosterone makes us men more willing to face danger. This is the natural burden of men, which is in no way in conflict with the legal equality of men and women. Now, don't freak out just yet, because on the flip side, it is also in woman's natural design to put herself in danger. Since the beginning of time, women have consistently put themselves in danger to further the human race. I'm talking about childbirth. Even now in 2022, every single day, 800 women die while giving birth to a child. For every woman that gives birth, there is nearly a 20% chance that they will not live to see their child. And in spite of that, 385,000 women still choose to give birth every single day. Men physically built this world, and women make the world worth it to live in. That's what we call division of labor.
You better be careful.
And I'm sure there's gonna be a few people who will deliberately misunderstand me and call me a toxic, masculine chauvinist who's part of the patriarchy. But actually, I'm just stating the statistical facts. You see this on your screen? This is a photo of the most influential figures of the modern technology age. And like it or not, there is only one woman in this group photo. Don't get it twisted. I'm not saying that men are better than women. My point is that men and women should divide their labor. This is an objective fact that can be observed, quantified, and counted. Again, this does not mean that men are better than women. Men are naturally proficient at building and protecting. Women are naturally proficient at communicating and caregiving. A man invented the telephone, and a woman invented the usage of telephone chat. Now, I know some of you are laughing at that line, and you might think that women chit-chatting is useless and a pointless waste of time. But let's keep it 100. That just means that you don't understand women, and maybe you need to spend more time talking to them. Because women are amazing communicators. Men are great at connecting objects. Women are great at connecting people. Men invented war, and women invented negotiation. Something testosterone cannot do. So let's get back to XQC. I ain't gonna lie, hearing that nigga talk made me angry. And even Andrew couldn't watch that shit, and he quickly left the chat after XQC's response.
You have a duty as a man to protect your female. Is your duty, is your masculine imperative. All of humanity shows it's true. All of history shows it's true. And for you to sit here and say, if someone breaks into my house, I have no duty at all to protect my woman. If she's scared and crying, I might send her ass down there because I can't shoot. Shows that you have no intrinsic desire to protect or provide or look after that female, which is why you have no frame in your relationship, which is why she obey you. You send her ass to the club to get by somebody. Tate. Conversation. I've wasted enough of my life.
No.
Balls. Let me know. But to sit here and talk to a man who thinks he can send his chick downstairs to fucking engage armed men, I know I'm wasting my time.
Man, he really lost a lot of respect from a lot of men after that statement. I think most men couldn't handle that kind of bull. But what makes me curious is, why is this type of phenomenon occurring? Maybe XQC is a hacker and he cracked the program of the universe. Or maybe it's a personal issue. But actually, there's an amazing possibility. And after our 好机车 discussion, the future generation of men may become exactly like XQC. Technology has gradually transformed human beings into a completely different species from the humans of prehistoric times. Technology has extended life, made it way easier to obtain food, and completely transformed communication as we know it. Perhaps through XQC, we've seen the difference between new humans and old humans. I mean, other than the woolen cloth. It is often opined that the term metaverse means that humans live, work, socialize, and leisure all within a virtual world. And XQC is actually one of these people. He lives, works, socializes, and leisures on Twitch. This guy makes more money chatting on the internet in 1 month than the average person makes in a year. He belongs to the top 1% of the virtual world. And in this virtual world, the division of labor between men and women does not exist. Just like when you play World of Warcraft, no matter which character you choose, they all have the same ability to fuck up monsters. There is almost zero division of labor between men and women in the online world. Aside from Pornhub, in the virtual world, you don't really need a gender. All you need is to jerk off. In the virtual world, when it comes to testosterone, it seems the only advantage is within a game. But when communicating with other people in the virtual world, the estrogenic characteristics seem to be more dominant because women are often better communicators. So I think it may be that XQC will live longer than the average person. In the virtual world, where the gender division of labor hardly exists, it is often necessary to communicate with people for long periods of time. And such, estrogen is more useful than testosterone. And when it comes to Andrew, he's lived in the real world for a very long time. Andrew Tate and XQC are two very different men. You could almost say they're from two different dimensions. So this might be why XQC has such a wildly different perspective from Andrew. But you might be surprised that this idea is not exclusively limited to XQC. If you check the comment section of Abba and Preach's video, you'll see quite a few people agreeing with XQC's choice. They, just like XQC, believe that women's lives are not as valuable as men's, and agree with his choice to let his girlfriend face danger and possibly death. In Japan, this is what they call an herbivorous man. In the Universe 25 experiment created by John Calhoun, this is also known as behavioral syncing. Male hormones and male behavior completely disappearing. No care about females, dating, or even social interaction. So to the ladies who are watching, I want to ask you, between Andrew and XQC, which one would you choose as a partner? And please, let me know the reasons for your choice. And do you guys think that a long-term run in the virtual world without gender division of labor would impact the lives of human beings? Also, 我们最近有讲蛮多关于社会组的内容，因为我们算是嘻哈的频道，应该有几个饶舌歌手可以把那些变成歌，对吧？ I'd love to see what you guys come up with, and you can share it with me on Instagram or on our email. Leave a comment down below. Remember to like, subscribe, check out our website for daily updates, and we'll see you on the flip side. Peace!